Hey guys, just a quick video detailing our philosophy on why we use Plyo balls. So in recent years, these balls have gotten really popularized, and in doing so, a lot of people don't really know why they're actually using them for their drill work. So what are Plyo balls? Basically, they're sand-filled, durable balls, typically paired with constraint-style drills. They come in overload and underload weights, and there's a unique feel to them that is much different than actually throwing a baseball. So in terms of why we use them, there's basically three different pillars that we have. One is flexibility of use, two is to develop movement efficiency, and three is to develop the intent to throw hard. In terms of flexibility of use, this really boils down to being able to get our drill work in a variety of environments. So because of the way the balls are created, you can throw them into a variety of objects, such as a concrete wall, a back of a dugout, a net, really anything that you can think of. This allows you to use the balls as you would a baseball, but in limited space and without having to pick up a bunch of balls. An indoor gym is a great spot to utilize Plyo balls. And being here in Canada, being forced into the indoors for 6 months of the year makes these a really great training tool. In terms of developing movement efficiency, this basically boils down to becoming a better thrower. So like I said earlier, these balls have a different feel than a traditional baseball. And athletes are so used to throwing a 5-ounce baseball with seams. They've done millions, thousands, or if not millions of those throws in their life. The different texture combined with the different weights allows the athletes a little bit more awareness of their throwing arm and their body when they're going through drills. The overload and underload, like I said, gives a bit of a different feel. And in terms of the actual overload itself, it helps the athletes feel their arm in space, while the underload can help speed their arm up and create better sequencing or arm action. With regular use of pairing the overload and underload, what that allows athletes to do is create a little bit more proprioception. Lastly, developing the intent to throw hard. So the big thing here when we throw Plyo balls is there's no strike zone. So typically we'll throw them into a Plyo wall or a concrete wall with just a small target to gauge, to give us reference for where we're throwing. But there's no arbitrary strike zone. There's no real fear of missing with an umpire being the judge of that. It allows the athletes a comfortable environment to throw hard without being labeled as wild or inconsistent. It also has an immediate feedback to it. So when we throw them off a Plyo wall, you'll have this loud thump that comes off the ball. And this thump can become an easy external cue to use for high intensity throwing days. So to just try to make the thump a louder and louder noise as you progress your intensity. The other thing that you can do with Plyo walls is you can have immediate feedback via a radar gun. So this allows you to kind of gauge the intensity level that you're throwing with, and it's not just about the number there. It's also about the number is giving context to the movement. So, if the day only calls for 80% intensity, you can still use the radar gun to judge whether or not your mechanics are changing, whether or not a different setup in the drill or cue or mechanical adjustment is working or not. So, if you do something in the drill and all of a sudden you're up 3 miles per hour, it probably means that you're doing it good.